I've known 3 people who passed away from fentanyl. After that happened, and after learning more about fentanyl, where it's coming from, how it's getting into the country, I realized, I needed to do something. So on LinkedIn, I figured somebody on LinkedIn was talking about this somewhere, and they were. That's how I found Fentanyl Fathers and other activist parents who've lost their children who are doing the same thing, very brave souls doing this good work. So I started calling them to see if they could come to my school district.
So members of our district leadership got together. I think we had a conference call talking about different ways that we can educate our student body about the dangers of fentanyl use. And so Fentanyl Fathers were brought up and part of that call as a possibility to bring out to our district and talk to our kids.
I know we have a teacher here, Mr. Johnston, that invited them. I know it's not a state requirement in Texas to have fentanyl awareness, but we had a teacher here that did a great job inviting them, and they came on their own volition.
I contacted the board of trustees for our school district, and we talked to our operations people, set up meetings, and eventually made it happen.
Very easy. They were very kind to come here on their own time. I know our presenter flew in from Michigan, and it just did it out of his own free will. And they were very graceful with us using our equipment in our areas and our time whenever we had. And they've been a joy to work with.
Oh, very easy. We pretty much told them when we had availability. They were very flexible. They came out. They tailored the presentation sizes and styles to what worked with our school schedule.
Fentanyl Fathers is a national group. We're in 9 states right now. We just had a phone call this morning on the way over here to open up Alabama. It'll be our 10th. And then Maine, it was Maine or Massachusetts, would be our 11th. In America, there are 25,077 high schools. So we're in a big rush to get around. How many bereaved parents since 2019 have there been created in America? The answer is 750,000. There's been 375,000 kids dying of this since 2019. And nobody wakes up thinking, I want to go near fentanyl. Of course not. But you get tricked into it.
I think we're doing what we're in the business of doing, which is educating kids. This happens to be a really specific topic that they need more knowledge on and more information to hopefully prevent horrible things from happening.
So today I'm sharing the story about my son's tragic death from fentanyl poisoning with some middle schoolers here in Texas. And I am thrilled to have the opportunity to do this. I'm surprised I can speak through it and get through it. So I'm just really honored to have the opportunity. And the kids are like sponges. This is what they'll remember. This is what will sink in. This is the time that we need to get them to understand what's going on here.
A lot of the stories, the videos, and then just the presentation from the parent, it's firsthand. It comes from them, and it's emotional, very emotional. It's sad to see. You're sad that they're having to give this information out in this way, but thankful for it as well.
By talking to you all, making sure that this never happens to you or your parents or your family, gives purpose to my son, Drew. His name was Drew.
Actually went really well. The kids were very well behaved. They asked a lot of questions. They had good insight. They participated well, and I think they genuinely learned something from the presentations.
I heard the ones that have been done so far at other schools have been fantastic. I just heard about some reactions some kids just had. Great feedback. I think it resonated with them. Mission accomplished so far.
Kids are coming up to me and actually looking me in the eye and saying thank you. And it's almost like a few kids have said that they want to go home straight to their parents right now and talk to them. And so what I'm hoping is that they'll have the ability to open up this conversation with their parents, and a trusted other, and that we have somebody in the schools who's receptive to helping them when they need to talk about stuff.
We've talked to a few kids today. I think there's a lot of shock, a lot of things that they didn't know. And we're hoping that translates into them making more informed decisions, as they go through to be honest, in Georgetown, we love our kids. At Wagner Middle School, we care about the kids. We want what's best for them. They all have really bright futures. And we just want them to have all the information to make the best decisions possible.
The kids are responding. They're taking in the information, and I think it's a good thing. They need to hear it. It's a big problem rising, and the earlier we could tell them, the better.
I think the goal here is to really raise awareness, and that's the key. And any sort of epidemic, you know, when you're talking about COVID or fentanyl, raising awareness and understanding is the key to ultimately beating this thing. And I think they're doing a great job working in partnership with other organizations as well. And Fentanyl Fathers is a great example of how you do that.